My name's Dan. I'm 25 and grew up in a small town. I have fond memories of the neighborhood where my parents had a simple but cozy house. A beautiful, green place where children played outside until the streetlights cast their shadow over the houses and we had to go inside. I don't know what you used to play with your friends when you were young, but we had an arsenal of games. I remember playing endless summers of soccer, basketball, and hide and seek. We played hopscotch or just rode our bikes around the neighborhood. When it was windy, we would fly kites in the park or in the field behind our houses. I had a slingshot, we played marbles, we had competitions to see who could jump the farthest from the swing. In my memory, it never rained. I always wore shorts, and I only came home for a quick sandwich before running back outside to play again. I remember something else. Something that contrasted sharply with the carefree playing. Something that scared us. It's quite unsettling, and really happened to our group. It happened to me. During the summer months, it stayed light for a long time. When it started to get dark, we often ended the day with a kind of hide-and-seek called gunpowder. Maybe you know it. Someone kicked the ball as far as possible. The one who was it had to fetch it and put it back in place. Meanwhile, everyone had to hide. Where the ball was the place where you could call free. If you were found first, you were it in the next game. If the seeker found no one, they were it again. It was a late summer evening in July. The sun had just set, and we were outside with our usual group of friends. The group was evenly divided. 5 boys, 5 girls. I remember Esther kicked the ball away, and Hank had to fetch it. He was it. Everyone ran to hide, and I must say we had a great neighborhood for hiding. Plenty of parked cars and driveways, dense hedges to hide in, shrubs, bushes, and the coolest thing was that in the twilight, you couldn't see everything clearly. It was sometimes hard to see who was hiding behind that car. That was important, because if you said the wrong name at the ball, you were it again. This time I was hiding in the bushes, about 30 meters from the ball. Hank walked the other way, close to where Patrick was hiding. I was thrilled because I'd found a great spot, and importantly, I was wearing a black t-shirt. I blended perfectly into my surroundings. And suddenly, I heard a crackling sound. I turned around. Almost silently, a child appeared behind me. Probably realizing that I had chosen the best hiding spot, I just couldn't see who it was. Was it Raymond? He sure looked like him. Short dark hair. He was wearing shorts with lions or maybe tigers that looked like swim trunks. I squinted, but the only thing I could make out was his finger going to his mouth. Quiet, or he'll hear us, he seemed to say. I nodded. He was right. Together we watched as Hank walked further away from the ball until I saw my chance, jumped out of the bushes, and ran for it, free. Hank is it again, someone said. He didn't find anyone and everyone's free. I raised my hand. You're missing one. Then a shiver ran down my spine. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Raymond holding the ball. Who? Esther asked. I counted. We were all there. I had hidden, but I hadn't been alone. Without saying anything, I walked back to the bushes where I'd hidden. Nothing. No one. I told the group about the boy. Weird, said Hank. Are you sure? Patrick said, maybe it was someone else. I don't know, your little brother? He's been inside a long time. I know what you're thinking. It was another kid, someone who just pretended to join the game for fun. But that was the thing. There were no other children around. We were playing with all the kids except my little brother and Raymond's sister Iris. She was 3. I slept poorly that night, in the dark. I tried to bend the silhouette of the boy into recognizable features of a child I knew, but I couldn't. I thought about it for a long time, but could only conclude that the boy had been a child from another neighborhood who had just seen us playing by chance and pulled a prank, joined us for a moment, and then disappeared inexplicably. That was it. Because what else could it be? I quickly forgot about the incident, and the summer drifted by, until the next year, a news report shook our town. At the edge of our town, in Harrods Lake, a boy had been found. A boy our age, about 10, had probably drowned while swimming. The boy's name was Charlie, and he had been missing for months. To be precise, over a year since last spring. I stared at his photo in the newspaper, a photo from when he was still alive. He smiled into the lens, a boy with short dark hair. He was wearing swim trunks with lions. Charlie disappeared in spring. We played that particular game of gunpowder in summer. It's hard to define the moment you grow up. Often it is accompanied by an event so impactful that it influences your thinking and actions, like playing hide and seek with a ghost. Although I was only 11, barely a teenager, I think I grew up that summer. Or at least, I felt it in my heart and mind. When we found out about Charlie, I was no longer a child.